I'm just chilling. I only been here for like 3 days.
There's snow on the East Coast. It was cold on the West Coast for a little bit in the 50s. Now it's back up into the 70s. God bless America.
The
Tonight's
50s.
rundown includes Kobe Bryant, Taraji P. Henson, 50 Cent, or as white people like to call him, 50 Cent, Maxine Waters. Don't forget to subscribe on our YouTube channel and our podcast. BroTalkLive.com, the best show on the internet for you by us. Bro Talk Live, we right on the mark. My name's Jason. Let's kick it over to my main man, Dex. What up, bro?
Dexter Stuckey here. So excited to be here today. I feel like we're going to have an amazing show. Just really quickly, I just want to give a couple of shout outs just very quickly to people who have been supporting the show and also people who have given me some suggestions of what we could do better, what I can do better. Jaden Hollywood, Shakima, Fatima, and Ashley, thank you guys so much for your support. Vance, thank you so much for yours. And also Tone is a supporter for the show as well. And Tone actually just started his own podcast, which is called Day One's Podcast. We'll have it in the Bro Talk Live story when you guys listen to this on the podcast. And just check him out after us.
Amen. Taye Diggs, what up?
I'm doing all right. Fresh off a nap in the throne room, chilling.
Throne room, chilling. That's what I'm talking about. Bill, are you getting out to shovel some snow tomorrow morning?
No, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait for these kids to come knocking on this door, and I'm gonna throw them some money.
throw them some money. Do you have to pay them cash, or do they accept like the Square cards and all that stuff, credit cards, PayPal?
You know what? Maybe I should start a business.
I think you could use another one. Bill also has a single out that he forgot to send me the link for on his Instagram
because
page.
I don't know how to put the image on top of the sound so that it can be a sound and image at the same time.
Dex, can you help him?
I don't know what that is. I have somebody in my team link up with him to do that.
Somebody
in the team.
I don't know.
Do I need to call your secretary to schedule an appointment?
Well,
Well, what's the name of the song so people can look it up at least?
The name of the single is called "Slow It Down." You can look it up on SoundCloud. That's only Kenji on SoundCloud. Kenji.
All right, amen. You look very distinguished today, Ty. I just want to come back to you really quick. How's your day going so far?
Pretty good actually. Actually left work early, and I have a snow day tomorrow.
Hallelujah!
So I'm good. All is well.
Isn't that cool? And you have a snow day already. You already know you're going to be off tomorrow. You don't have to wake up in wonderment and saying.
I mean, you could have one too. Just know that you're going to wake up tomorrow and call out. Done deal.
I am concerned that Dexter might not have a snow day.
Don't be concerned, because Dexter's not going to nobody's job tomorrow. Don't worry about it.
I will be praying for him as I wake in the morning during his commute.
That's it. That's holy. Ty, you just looking like holiness.
Well, I thank you. Sir.
You walk to and fro the ends of the earth with the Lord.
Well, I do.
Well, said you look like it.
The Lord bless you and keep you.
All right, let's start the show. The Oscars were this past week. What was today? Tuesday? It was Sunday. Did you guys watch?
I did.
Not much.
I watched the pre-show, but I did have a paper to write, unfortunately, so I couldn't watch the whole thing. But I did get to catch some highlights, so I'm looking forward to going over
the class discussion. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the class discussion is going to start with the one Kobe Bean Bryant, Philadelphia's own. How do you feel about Kobe's Oscar win? If you did not hear, a lot of people were trying to avoid this from happening, but Kobe ended up winning the Oscar for Best Animated Short Film at this year's Oscar for his Dear Basketball short, which was based on his life, a letter that he wrote during his retirement tour. So a lot of people were upset because this just so happened to be the year that Me Too has garnered a lot of attention and Time's Up movements moving forward. A lot of opinions like this saying anything inconsistent in Kobe Bryant winning an Oscar in the midst of Me Too. Someone else said, Hollywood, quote, women are important. Also Hollywood. Here's Kobe Bryant who sexually assaulted a woman. He also took the time to post Kobe's statement of when, saying he got, or his statement, I should say, to the woman who accused him of sexual assault, apologizing to her and saying that he understands how she could feel that this was a non-consensual act that they had. If you don't remember the timeline of the whole sexual assault case, he was arrested and charged with sexual assault in 2003 when a 19-year-old hotel employee in Colorado accused him of rape. The accuser told authorities that she was assaulted while he was staying at the Lodge Spa. She said that he then grabbed her by the neck, bent her over a chair, and violated her as she cried and protested. Bryant claimed that the sex was consensual, but then he publicly apologized to his wife, also bought her a nice ring. Prosecutors claimed that DNA evidence had been manipulated and contaminated after it was turned over to Kobe's defense team for testing, and the case was dropped after the accuser refused to testify in court. He settled a separate civil case for a sum that was not disclosed out of court. So, guys, the question is, what are your feelings about Kobe Bryant's Oscar win? Are you for it? Are you against it? Do you have a problem with it? What's your take?
Well, for me, for starters, I'm very happy that Kobe Bryant won the Oscar. I thought it was an amazing opportunity to showcase like something different. You know what I mean? And it was kind of like the theme of the night for me, in my opinion, at least. I think that this year's Oscars were phenomenal. I think they did an amazing job with just highlighting diversity. And also, I think they did an amazing job of just highlighting different people, women, African-Americans, Mexican-Americans. It was such an incredible show. And to see like people come back and they tweet these comments and stuff about like Kobe Bryant, and I saw that there was a petition being circulated by Fox News, and they were complaining about Kobe Bryant winning this award. And it's just kind of one of those situations where like people progress, people change, and then things happen, and then life becomes better. And I think that if we say like, if this man has done these things, or if he was accused of these things and he's redeemed himself, I think he's redeemed himself, because people don't talk about it every day. You know what I mean? So it's like he's redeemed himself at some point or another. To consistently bring that up means that there's never going to be a change. I was actually talking to a friend about this earlier today, and I'm like, with this new Me Too movement, it's great, it's beautiful. I love that women are standing up and speaking out. The only issue, though, I feel like that we're moving so progressively that we're not really realizing that we're taking a couple steps back, too. Because, and this is probably taking a little too far, it's not necessarily Kobe Bryant, but like with Ryan Seacrest, like he was accused, and like all of a sudden it's like, okay, we're done with him. You know what I mean? Like the witch hunt is on, he's got to be canceled or whatever. And I think it's the same thing that's happening with Kobe. And I think at some point we have to like look at it and say like, maybe let's take a step back. You know what I mean? Like, let's not always attack these people with what we've heard or what's happened in the past. Like, a lot of these people can, will, and do change. That's all I'm just saying about that. So, congratulations to Kobe Bryant. I think he deserves the Oscar. I actually watched the short a little bit after the awards, and I liked it.
All right. Anybody else have a take on this one?
Yeah, I think that was pretty much it. I don't see why we would have to. I mean, first of all, nothing's been proven. We're not judge and jury. We don't know exactly how the case ended, given that they, did it privately. But that is over. Like, what more do you want us to never let him win anything else and like completely put him on the blacklist? Like, that's not going to happen, and it doesn't happen for people of other ethnicities, in my opinion. So I don't see why we have to 100% be done with Kobe Bryant for the rest of our lives. Like.
And y'all didn't have any issues when he was bringing those championships home.
Yeah, I mean, he made a mistake, and the mistake was cheating on his wife, because we don't know that other mistake actually came through. So right now, that's the only thing I can hold against him. Not forgive him for that, and I'm sure his wife did too.
It's kind of funny that the last two Best Actor, actually like the last four, it seems like people that were in the running for Best Actor have had these allegations or these issues with women. I'm talking about Nate Parker. I'm talking about the guy who won last year, Casey Affleck. And then you have, what's the guy this year, the guy that played that movie. Oh, I'm drawing a blank. The guy that won this year. And then the bro guy, the guy that's in all those bro films, James Franco. He was also a favorite to win this year. So that's 4 guys that have been in the running for the Best Actor award, and they've all been accused of some sort of sexual assault allegation. Gary Oldman, that's his name, the guy that won this year. So that's 4 guys, and it's just funny how all this is just happening, but nothing seems to be done about the awards, how they go. I mean, it's kind of different for a NBA championship than an Oscar, because an Oscar is something you vote on. A championship's not really something you can hold back from someone if they take it. So, Bill, what's your take on Kobe winning the Oscar?
Well, that's not really true, because we remember when they found Joe Paterno guilty, they snatched all NCAA trophies and wins away from Penn State. So that's not completely true. But I think I like the fact that Kobe won an Oscar. Number one, he's not from Philadelphia; he's from Lower Merion. So let's settle that up.
He's from Philadelphia.
Big difference.
We're claiming that.
But number two, I saw that there were only 16,000. Like, the petition had 16,000 signatures. Those are all garnered LeBron supporters, because Kobe finally got something else that LeBron doesn't have. Like,
LeBron doesn't have yet.
Well, we don't know if he's ever going to get it, because
he's going to get it. LeBron is in the producer game. He's going to get it.
I believe that Kobe deserved it, and he is no longer Kobe Bryant, but he is now Oscar Award winner Kobe Bryant.
Academy Award winner, but okay.
And also, I love like his notion of like being politically active too. Like he said, you know, he came up there and he was like, you know, should I say anything? I know I'm just supposed to shut up and dribble. Like, I love that kind of stuff, because it's not just like coddling and just like, oh, I'm so grateful to be here. It's like, no, like, I'm here and I'm blessed to be here, whatever. But like, there are bigger things to deal with in life right now, and that's what I want to focus on. And I think that's commendable. Also, I think it's really commendable with the Oscars that they didn't focus so much on Donald Trump, but they focused on real issues that are going on with like the Time's Up movement, and like really focusing on other ethnicities who are like shafted like on a general basis. So I think it was an amazing show. Sorry, Mary J. Blige, though. I thought she was gonna get some, at least the song. I thought she was gonna get something for that one, but like, dang. But her divorce is final.
Oh, bless God! That means an album's coming.
All right. Next topic we have up is, did Taraji P. Henson's comments alienate Ryan Seacrest's accusers? If you did not see what all the hubbub was about, Taraji, one of the few people that spoke to Ryan Seacrest on the red carpet, went down on the red carpet and spoke to Ryan, and for a brief bit seemed to throw some shade, saying, you know what? The universe has a way of taking care of good people. You know what I mean? And then she rubbed his chin. And a lot of people were saying that, you know, she was throwing shade at Ryan Seacrest, but she decided to clear that up, saying she rubbed his chin to keep his chin up. It's an awkward position to be in. He's been cleared, but anyone can say anything. And these women that are accusing Ryan Seacrest are accusing him from stuff that has happened recently. So my question to you guys is, did Taraji's clarification alienate Ryan Seacrest's accusers?
I don't understand this girl. You know, she actually just severed ties with her longtime manager because of the same thing, like these accusations like this. And like I just said, I don't think a person should just automatically be blamed and like casted away because these accusations come out about them. But also, don't be stupid. Like, don't say like, I'm telling him to keep his chin up. You don't know him like that to know that this stuff is not true or not. Like, just relax. Like, when I say don't automatically ostracize people, I mean, like, if you're gonna give an interview to Ryan Seacrest, give an interview to Ryan Seacrest. This explanation afterwards, like, what is that for? Don't explain that to us. Explain to us why you're at the Academy Awards anyway. Explain that.
That was rude. Very rude. 2-time nominee, Taraji P. Henson.
Not this year.
Not this year.
Not this year.
I'm still upset about that Benjamin Button thing. I want everybody to know.
You're upset about what?
The year that Penelope Cruz won
oh yeah.
For her role in Benjamin.
Did you see Salma Hayek up there? That's your other girl.
Taye hates the both of them.
They win every year. They always block
They're
us.
not in anything. They just appear and win. Like, they're not in anything. Like, have you seen these people lately? No.
Like, come out of nowhere.
Never mind. I can't say that.
All right, Bill. What's your thoughts?
Women are accusing him?
Yes, women are accusing him.
But from what I've read, it's only one person. It's one stylist that accused him.
And the accusation involved him putting his
grabbing her butt.
Oh, really? I didn't know that was part of it. I'm sorry.
It's weird though, because when she described it though, like she said Ryan would sit on his desk and he would say to me, "I feel like you're not attracted to me. Are you not attracted to me? What's wrong with me?" And I don't know why, but just I do believe. I believe he did that. I don't believe he touched her, but I definitely could see Ryan Seacrest being like, "Are you not attracted to me? Like, what's wrong with me? Is it me? What's wrong with me?" Like, I can definitely see that.
All right, let's move on. Next topic we're going to touch. Who was more disrespectful this week, 50 Cent or Media Takeout? And they're both revolving around the same person, Rick Ross. We talked about this on Twitter this past week. According to TMZ, Rick Ross is currently in the hospital in dire condition, hooked up to, quote unquote, a form of life support after being found unresponsive in his home. This happened on March 2nd. TMZ broke the story and they say he was unresponsive and slobbing at the mouth at his house. So they brought him into the hospital. They said he had respiratory issues at first, but it turned out to be heart related. He was in ICU for a little bit and then put on ECMO, which assists respiratory and heart functions. He actually has been in 2 hospitals, transferred from one to another due to his condition. That wasn't enough. 50 Cent heard about the news and decided to post his reaction on Instagram with a picture of Ivan Drago from the Karate Kid, not the Karate Kid, the Rocky movies. And this particular scene is one that he says, if he dies, he dies. And a lot of people got the reference as soon as he posted it. I think he's taken it down since, but no apology has been issued. We all know the beef that they have with each other, and I guess it's that personal that if he dies, he dies. Media Takeout, Dex, isn't Media Takeout owned by TMZ or something like that? Like,
I know that, like, if you look at some of like the stories on like TMZ, either they're owned by them or they buy advertisements through them. Because if you look on TMZ and you keep scrolling like down to the very bottom, like you'll see links to Media Takeout stories. So either they buy ad space with TMZ or they're probably owned or doing some type of business together, but they're in bed with each other.
That's what I thought. I knew I wasn't crazy. They in bed. They in bed together. Well, Media Takeout posted a completely different synopsis of Rick Ross's expose that got him in the hospital than TMZ did. And it reads as such. TMZ claimed that the rapper had what appeared to be a heart attack and was placed on life support, but Media Takeout News spoke with 2 sources inside Ross' camp who says the report is wrong. We're told that Ross suffered a bout of acute exhaustion after a long and vigorous threesome with 2 strippers.
Oh, come on.
Wait, it gets worse. Keep going.
Ross's team told Media Takeout News, quote, Ross was exhausted. He spent the night with 2 strippers. The insider continued, he overexerted himself with the hose, and we wasn't drinking enough water.
What?
Ross Camp also claims that Ross got fluids for dehydration and exhaustion and was never on life support. And I'm going to go to Dex's favorite part. And what about the reports of Rose having a seizure? You won't believe this answer. Ross, the unofficial spokesperson, told Media Takeout News it wasn't a seizure. The man was just ejaculating.
No, thank you. Nope. No, thank you.
Not a word to say. Not a word to say. I just, you know what? Words are important. You know what I mean? Like, the platforms are important. And like, these comments, they're not just things that people said out of their mouth. You know what I mean? You wrote that shit out. Like, you wrote that out. You knew what you were writing and pressed post or send. Both of them in both situations. Wrote that mess, and it was just like, where's the responsibility? Where is it at? Like, Am I the only person that's just like?
Where's the responsibility?
I am literally and mentally, literally looking for the words to describe my utter disgust. Like,
Who's more disrespectful? Who you gonna go with, Media Takeout or 50 Cent?
I'm going with them people from Media Takeout. Because why would y'all even post that nonsense?
I mean, that's the name of the story. 50 really told this guy if he dies, he dies. I mean, damn.
I mean, here's the truth of the matter. Can't nobody change it. If he dead, he dead. Those are facts. But you out here, you got people out here lying for you while you strung up on life support. And I read a report that said that the machines were actually taking over his bodily functions, the functions of his organs.
But I mean, even with the original story, they said Rick Ross was found unresponsive, breathing heavily. How does that work? How you can't do both? And like I like Rick Ross more so because we have the same birthday, January 28th. But like my biggest issue with this whole thing is like these stories came out. Like I was literally at work. I had to take a seat because I was like, oh my God, I hope nothing happens to Rick Ross. Then like maybe a couple days later, this man tweets a picture of his watch and his bracelet saying Florida boy. How about I'm okay? I'm not dead.
He didn't tweet that.
Come on.
I don't believe he tweeted that. I do not believe he tweeted that. I believe he's laid up, strung up in some hospital.
And they're trying to convince you otherwise. Because he hasn't said anything. It's very odd.
He hasn't said one thing.
Like,
you think they're gonna come out with a new Rick Ross?
You know when you get like inebriated and your friends got your phone and they like answering text messages and like answering the phone for you? That's what's happening around here.
I wouldn't think about that.
Well, that you and Rick Ross have the same birthday. I don't want to exactly throw this out. Have you ever experienced any of that?
No, I have not. I've never had a threesome, period. And I've never had a threesome where I wasn't drinking enough water. Because, no.
And people thought maybe you were having a seizure, but happening.
I will say this, though, to all my friends that are listening to this, if I do, like, die or something like that, throw a story out like that, though, because that is a way to go. Like, if you're going to go... like that's how you do it.
I mean, lesson to all: stay hydrated when having threesomes. This is the second time we've had Lamar Odom and then we've had Rick Ross, both because they were dehydrated and they didn't go in the right way.
That's what it is. Dehydrated. Nothing else. No other substances. Just dehydration.
Stay hydrated out there, guys. Safe and secure. All right. Next question: did Trump veil a racist joke to Congresswoman Maxine Waters?
Of course he did. I don't have to look at the story.
You don't even need to know. The Donald during the Gridiron Dinner, which is known for allowing... You okay? Bill, what happened? During the Gridiron Dinner, which is known for allowing a president's space to crack jokes, he jabbed, he must be impeached, imitating Maxine Waters. That's all she knows how to say. He must be impeached. But he's done nothing wrong. Doesn't matter, they say. What has he done wrong? I don't know. You got to be impeached. And then I say, I get in trouble for this. She has to immediately take an IQ test.
She wasn't racist. Who said that? Was that the whole thing?
Maxine Waters then went on AM Joy on MSNBC the next morning and said, this president has been called stupid. This president has been called ignorant. And even his Secretary of State did not deny that he called him a moron. And so he has no credibility. He has been name calling. He has been saying all kinds of things. And I certainly expect him to come out with some racist remarks about me. So he did exactly what I expected him to do. And by the way, I'm told he wasn't funny at all. The most important thing this country can do now is impeach this president and make sure we get rid of him and get ready for Pence in 2020. So, guys, was Trump's insinuation that she should take an IQ test a veiled racist joke?
No, I don't think so.
No.
Lock her up.
He's called her stupid. Like, now we're taking it too far. Like, he's allowed to call you dumb. Just like you've been calling him dumb. Like, I'm not defending Donald Trump in any way, but he's allowed to call you dumb. Like, you've been calling him dumb for sometime now.
Since November 2016.
So, like, just because he calls you dumb doesn't mean he. I'm not saying he's not racist, but that doesn't qualify. I can't.
Did she call him dumb, or did she just say he doesn't have credibility?
She called him stupid. She got him dumb.
She called him a lot.
She's done the most. Like, if you think it, she said
it. Bill, who was in the wrong?
She's a nasty woman.
You guys are disrespectful to my Auntie Maxine. And when she put on Twitter the other day, Bill, did you add me? Told me to get my aunt.
She talking about he's got to go.
She said, "What's that sound I hear? Impeachment is coming.
Impeachment is coming." No, ma'am. This is not we're not in Westeros. The winter's not coming. Settle down, honey.
She is ready for this event, the event of a lifetime. Shout out to Mother Maxine Waters. We must protect her at all costs.
No,
I think she should be in the next Black Panther.
She must take that IQ test at all costs.
She like, I don't want her. She's losing her credibility if she says something like that, though, because you can't just cry racist every time he says something rude.
All right. Well, that segment of the show, racist. Florida Post school teacher has a white nationalist podcast. This woman's named Diana Volatich. Is a 25-year-old social studies teacher.
25?
First of all,
we got to post a picture on the Bro Talk page. That's not 25.
Let me tell you something.
That ain't 25.
I'm at least 50, I promise.
Listen, between her, Huckabee, and that other one, they out here aging like bananas.
He's on them.
Like, what?
They got big little brown spots, Bill.
How you 25 with wrinkles on your eyebrows? Like, that ain't it.
Like, get into her. She got varicose veins scaling that nose. Like, what in the world?
I was going to say, she got them in her neck. I've seen 70-year-olds look better than that.
I can't take it.
She was born with false teeth.
You guys are disrespectful. Unbelievable.
To look like this at 25 is disrespectful.
She's a 25-year-old social studies teacher.
I'd be racist too. I give her a back.
She is secretly hosting the White National podcast, Unapologetic, under the pseudonym Tiana Dalachov.
No,
and
not
bragging
Tiana.
About Princess
Listen,
Tiana.
if I didn't apologize to her for looking like that, then she's not gonna apologize to us. Moving on.
Also, she's from Florida. Like, they get a pass. If you live in Florida, you're allowed to be racist. That's just what it is.
So yeah, they discovered that she was doing the podcast. In the most recent podcast, she said that the idea that a kid from Nigeria and a kid who came from Sweden are supposed to learn exactly the same and have the quote unquote same IQ, Trump IQ. She enthusiastically agreed with the guest and went on to argue that science has proven that certain races are smarter than others. So I go back to my question about Donald Trump. It was what he said about Maxine Waters racist.
I mean, but here's the thing. Scientifically speaking, Black people have statistically had higher IQs than any other group in the world. So, Grandma over there.
Because I know some Black people, they ain't got no high IQs.
Well, I'm not counting them because I don't listen. T9 mistakes don't count.
Oof.
But Grandma over here needs to take herself a seat, and I want her to take an age test. That's what she needs to take.
She actually hasn't been fired yet, just for the record.
Don't fire the woman.
She lives in Florida.
She lives in Florida.
Like, fire the woman.
She probably has some cancer and brain cancer. Like, just let this woman go ahead and live her ridiculous life. She's already 47 years old. She's probably not going to live much longer anyway. Just let it go.
She honestly need to take herself out the sun and go sit down somewhere.
Yeah.
That sun is boiling that skin.
Frying it up. Yeah. And
go play bingo with the rest of the old people and call it a day. Grandma.
With that AARP card.
25.
25. Like, she look 50.
More like 25,000. You don't have a seat.
25 years left in life. She's older.
Talk about some other races are like scientifically not smart. You would know. You was around when slavery was around.
Okay, we're done with her. Moving on. A custodian started a Facebook petition for elementary school to remove a Confederate flag and lynching mural that they had hanging up in the gym.
Let me.
2018, folks. 2018.
Is this in Mississippi?
I don't know where this actually was at. South Cumberland Elementary in Crossville. Sounds like something in Mississippi. Crossville.
Look at that gymnasium. That is ridiculous.
That got to be in Alabama or Mississippi. Because them fools down there still hanging on.
It's in Tennessee.
The principal said concerns regarding graphics in our gymnasium have been dealt with by removing the rebel flags painted on the wall and by modifying the mural on the wall as well. The mural, upon closer inspection, has a guy with a Confederate flag on his shoulder walking past someone who is strung up in a tree.
That person is yellow. He hung Bart Simpson?
Apparently, this is supposed to be their rival school. So they're...
See, and when... You know what? Here... Never mind. I can't even say that. They got...
What they got?
I'm really bothered by this story, and I'm really bothered by it because we should know about this. And the reason I say that is because
I'm telling you about it.
No, but like you shouldn't even know about it. And the reason I say this is because like if I'm a custodian and I have access to bleach and ammonia and all these other chemicals, I'm just gonna spritz the wall down anyway. There is no like taking no petition. Like this is done. Ammonia and bleach the wall up.
Facing that property like that.
Yeah, come on. I don't know who did this. I don't know who painted all over this.
I would have defaced that property immediately. Like they would have been. I would have helped launch a huge investigation. I wonder who could have done something like this.
It's like, but I'll clean it up though.
The person who reported this was, as you see, David Clark, not related to Sheriff David Clark,
obviously,
the black guy with the hat that I was Halloween last year. So shout out to you, Mr. David Clark, and thank you for making a difference in some people's lives down in wherever South Cumberland Elementary in Crossville is. Some southern state seems like. Praise report. A nurse who received a note reading lazy ass N-word in a picture of a noose was awarded over $3.8 million.
Let me tell you,
bless him. She got the right lawyer.
Somebody wrote on my car, lazy N-word. Hold on. Let me go get a pen so I can write that now. I'm about to go get paid. Like, this is it. Like,
reparations are here, guys.
Come on.
She actually got threatened at work. This happened when she was, in a hospital and she felt threatened. So she reported it and they did an investigation for a couple of years and she got paid. So shout out to her.
That's right.
I don't got no years to wait. We got to fast track this because Sloan's got to get paid. But this is it. Like, this is my get rich quick scheme.
You can do it. I believe in you. Time for Q&A time.
Already?
Well, then we moving fast.
Yeah. All right, Q&A
just did 40 minutes.
Part of the show where you all get to participate. Now I really feel like I'm doing an offer when I say that.
Come on. Get the people off their money. That's it.
Elder. All right, here we go. Sorry, I didn't know you was waiting on me. I was looking at my child.
All right, so sweet. Topic 1. My roommate's annoying habit. Topic 2. Touching my pet.
Ooh.
That's not as interesting as it sounds. Jason's really good at that.
Sounds dirty.
Topic 3. Dogs I'm off.
Because like what?
And topic 4. Hand-me-down ring. What I will say is topic 4 is a must, but I would let you guys pick the other ones before we do topic 4. I think we'll end with that one. So you can
which what are we ending with?
Topic 4.
So I'm going to give you a choice of one. I'm already picking topic 4.
Thanks, Mr. Trump.
1 or 2. He was going to get on my nerves, and I'm not doing that again this week because last week y'all picked stories that got on my nerves, and I had an attitude. And I'm not doing that. So, Will, you pick one, but don't pick number 2 though, because that's going to irritate me.
Touching my pet. That title wore me. Like that title wore me out. Get a new pet.
Get a new pet.
Get a new pet. Okay.
I didn't say we was doing. No, we're not doing that one. No.
I thought you wanted to do touching my pet.
No, because it's already the title wore me out. Like, is that good?
No, I'm reading it already. It's already boring.
We can't judge if someone's. We cannot tell someone that their question isn't good enough.
Thank
you.
And
some people need to just realize though, like we only do the show one day a week. So if you're gonna sit in a question, make it spicy. Don't say no dumb stuff like this.
Like, what happened to y'all? What happened to y'all?
What is wrong with you people?
What happened to you?
Just ignore me. Go ahead. We're gonna do this. I'm just playing.
Dex has a valid point. What happened to y'all brothers getting out of jail, poisoning y'all grandma lemonade?
The ratchet
graphics of this show have really changed. Like, did you really notice like the stuff that we're getting is like not ratchet at all? Like, what happened to you people?
Because that was 5 years ago, and now we're 5 years more mature, so our viewers have grown up. Like, they've grown with us.
They have it. We have it.
Because you're really like, I'm really not getting the ratchets that I used to get.
I mean, somebody giving a hand-me-down ring, we might get one of the ratchet ones we used to. So let's just
like the sentence structure. Remember how crazy it used to be?
It used to be bad.
Yeah, I mean, the good old days. Anyway, hi guys. I go to school. I go to a college where we're allowed to bring our dogs with us to class and in general walk around. So I walk about in the halls with. I have a bulldog who likes to get out and walk around. So I try to take him with me wherever I go. And the problem is, people feel like it's okay to just walk up and touch my dog. I'll be sitting in the cafeteria at the table and working on my laptop or eating with my dog sitting beside, and strangers will just walk up and pet my dog without uttering so much as a word to me. I do go to a PWI, so maybe it's a cultural difference, but how do I let people know that my dog isn't a community commodity for whenever you want to get your petting off?
Oh, Dex, why you really
like? We can start with you not taking your dog to the damn lunchroom. Like, like what?
So the only
next question
I see is like, why are we taking our dog in the lunchroom?
Why is your dog in school? You're wearing me out.
The dog trying to get an education.
Take your dog home.
Like you just wore like that. Like
look, they said it's okay that they pet my dog, but like don't pet my dog and not say hi to me.
But that is. Can you imagine how rude that is though? Like to walk up to someone's dog, pet it, and don't speak.
I don't know because I don't walk up to nobody's animal and touch it at all. I barely want to look at them, so I definitely am not going to touch it.
Or here's the other thing: I'm not taking my dog to school with me, so that it's the object of everyone's attention.
The dog likes to get around and walk around.
Like I said, the dog trying to work on the PhD.
Stay fit.
I can't.
Honestly, to give honest advice, I would just tell people not to touch my dog.
Okay.
I would tell you. I would tell you keep your dog at home.
How you gonna say don't touch my dog?
Yeah, don't touch my dog. They're like, oh,
y'all know Todd nasty.
Or you'd be like, oh, like sick them.
Todd, you nasty.
You ain't gonna be in school no more. Look, cause all it takes is one bite. One person get bit and it's done. Ain't nobody else gonna worry about that dog no more.
That dog gonna be up in heaven.
Come and teach him to growl. He really won't.
Listen, in all honesty, I want you to take that dog home, and you go to school, and leave your comfort blanket at home.
University, give us some follow information. What university is it? Like, why are we allowing people's dogs on campus? Like, I think that's ridiculous.
My school allows dogs on campus.
Of course, yours does. Did you see some of the dances they doing at that school?
They be doing human sacrifices too.
Y'all so rude, disrespectful.
No, was disrespectful. Come on.
Ooh, yeah.
Question number 4. Go ahead, Ty. The one you've been waiting for.
Yeah, I found this to be interesting, so I figured we could definitely offer some advice here. Sometimes I just pick a question because I really want to help this viewer.
Ty, this better be interesting, not like British lit interesting.
I love British lit.
Of course you do.
Loser.
Hey, bros. I have been with my boyfriend, now fiance, for 7 years. We went to high school together and didn't date then because he had a girlfriend, and he proposed to her as soon as we graduated. It didn't work out, and a year later, we began to date. I know about the proposal, but no big deal. We moved on. Now, he proposed to me about 8 months ago, and when his mom saw the ring, she told me in secret that it was the same ring. I'm sorry, I lost my place. I'm his girlfriend. I'm disappointed, but I don't know if I should confront the situation. What do you guys think?
Wow, that's
now. What if now? I'll leave this alone. What if you go to your guy and you're like, I know this is not a ring that's like that you bought for me. I know this ring was like already used on somebody else.
Used.
And then like, what if it's like a joke or something like that, or the mom is like lying to you because she doesn't like you and she doesn't want you to get married to her son. So if you accuse him of that, he's gonna like kick you to the curb. I don't trust it. Just if you like this ring, go ahead and get married with it.
Yeah, if you like it. I think it all depends if you like it.
The first thing I'll say is I don't think the mom likes you. Like, I don't think she likes you. I don't think she wants you to marry her son because there's no reason for her to tell that to you other than to cause drama between the two of you. So first of all, the mom doesn't like you. Second of all, I don't think your fiance likes you very much either. Because no man would really do that if he liked you all that much.
That's not true. No.
I don't like. So if you have a ring,
Ty, that's not true.
No, what he should have done is traded that one and used what he got.
I feel like you're not going to get the same. That's just as bad.
The next thing is, what was I going to say? Y'all made me forget. If you are afraid to confront somebody, then you shouldn't be marrying them because you'll need to confront somebody you marry quite often.
You better not confront me about no ring.
I'm going to confront you about whatever I want.
Nah, that's why I draw the line.
There's nothing wrong with recycling a ring if the other party accepts it. I think you should tell them that, hey, I would like to propose to you with this ring. This is a ring that I already had. This is what it is. It's a carrot.
Wait. Set the scene for me, Jay. Set the scene for me. So we're at like a dinner or something like that, and I'm like this. I say, okay, like, will you marry me? But just so you know, this ring was worn by somebody else.
Not
you want it or not?
No, not right then and there. But I tell you soon after, if they ask me where I got the ring, I would be honest. I would say, hey, I've had this ring for a bit.
Who would ask you where you got the ring?
Here's the thing.
What do you mean?
A lot of people
that.
That's a normal question to say. Where did you get the ring from?
Yeah, like not immediately after, but like in the conversations to follow.
Where did you get the ring from?
No, that is a normal question. Like,
that's a normal question.
No.
That's a normal question to say. Where did you get the ring from?
Yeah.
There's nothing to worry about if it's not fake. Like, I mean, what's the problem?
Why would you ask that? Like, I don't like that.
The problem I have is people out here going to unclaimed diamonds getting secondhand rings in the first place. All he did was do something that somebody has already done. People are already out here wearing rings that other people don't wore. Because ain't nobody marrying nobody with no money.
For me, you're marrying this person. Like, the process of picking out a ring for this person is a process, and I feel like
it is a process.
Try hard to pick something that person's going to like. You think about that person when you do it. If that doesn't work out, I just don't think you should be like, oh, well, I already got a good ring, so I'm just going to pop this to her.
What if their ring types align?
I don't think that's appropriate. I just don't. I mean, everybody has his and her opinion. I just don't think that's appropriate. And I would, like, why would the mom tell you? Because he obviously didn't want you to know.
Yeah, I definitely don't think the mom likes you.
The mom is shady. She really doesn't like you.
She really don't.
Get away from
her. And if you have an issue talking to him, that's a problem.
Yeah, I mean, how do you ask him though? Do you say, hey, so your mom's told me that this might be somebody else's ring?
No, I would be like, yeah, your mom said it's somebody else's ring. Like, I'm still going to marry you, but I just need a new one.
I just need a new one. Oh my gosh.
Or what you should have done was take that ring off, put it in the mother's hand, and tell the mother to go buy me a new one since you so.
And maybe what if he comes back because she's so nosy? I'm just hypothetically. What if he comes back and says, "Oh yeah, this was someone's ring, but I added this and this and this for you." Like, yeah, it was, but it wasn't like this when she had it.
I'm like, thank you for the consideration. However,
all right, whatever. For Q&A questions, brotalklive.com/questions.
If your coworkers and your friends have told you that you are interesting and funny, send us your questions at brotalklive.com/questions. If they have not told you that, just watch us.
Come on, offering.
All right. Just a time. Dex's favorite part of the show. All right. We're going to take the Generation Z test. I saw this on BuzzFeed, so this is not an original piece of entertainment. But we're going to play a few questions from this test, and if you like it, go over to BuzzFeed.com and see if you can pass the test, because I damn sure could.
Are they sponsoring us or something?
No, they're not sponsoring us, but I just thought it was interesting. We're millennials, and these are Generation Z questions. First question. Which one of these is the app for musiccal.ly? I guess that's how you pronounce that.
That little
what
thing?
It's the
Musical.ly.
third one.
What's what you mean by third?
It's like a cloud and a music.
No,
symbol.
I know for a fact that's SoundCloud, so that's not it.
Not SoundCloud.
I don't think that's SoundCloud either.
I don't think it's SoundCloud, William, but I do think it's those little
That is clearly SoundCloud.
What'd you say, Ty?
Those little sideways triangles.
All right.
I'm going with the little EKG down the bottom. I know for a fact that third one up there is SoundCloud because the music notes sound in the cloud. I'm going with the little EKG heartbeat down there.
All right, Bill was right. It is a little EKG.
Oh my God!
That app allows users to create short videos that they can share with friends or others.
Well, I mean, this is Will's dating range, so.
Interesting. How'd you get here then?
Wait, what was that comment? I missed it.
Get it off.
I said this is Will's dating range.
All right, moving on. Question number 2. Who is this person? Is this person Shane?
I love him.
Shane Dawson, Austin Mahone, Connor Franta, or Jacob Sartorius?
I'm gonna go with Jacob. I've heard that name before.
I think it is Jacob. I know it's not Austin Mahone. I know who that is. I think it's Jacob.
I'm going with Connor.
He does look like a Connor.
He does.
He looks like a Shane as well.
He does look like a Shane. Looks like Shane O'Mac. Like a kid version.
All right, so
actually, this is Jacob Sartorius.
Hey, I got one right.
He became famous by posting lip syncing videos.
Are you? Wait a minute. Wait. Wait a damn minute. Hold up. Hold up a month. Hold up. He famous from lip syncing
on that Musical.ly app that you didn't even know what the icon was.
That's some old bull.
Famous.
Moving on.
Going to the Nickelodeon Kids Choice Awards every year. Who is this person? Is this Madeleine Petsch, Katie Stevens, Bella Thorne, or Lily Reinhart?
I think that might be Lily Reinhart. I know who she is. She plays in Riverdale.
Oh, very good. That is correct.
I think it's Lily Reinhart.
I'm gonna go with that because I have no idea who.
I'm also gonna go with Dex because I'm clueless.
All right, you guys are wrong. This is Madeleine Petsch. But Dex,
I'm going
correct.
to actress.
I'm sorry.
Dex, you're fired.
She is in
I knew what show she was on.
I don't even know what Riverdale is.
I never heard of Riverdale.
Huh?
I never heard that show.
Is that like
it's a CW show that's based on like the Archie comics, but it's on Netflix. That's how I started.
Oh, I like the Archie comics.
But it has nothing to do with Archie though. It's just the names.
No, thank you.
All right, and this is the newest boy band that's out. Is this Why Don't We, 5 Seconds of Summer, The Vamps, or One Direction?
That's definitely not
One Direction.
Or One Direction.
No.
No, it's definitely not those two. So it has to be the Vamps.
You know 5 Seconds of Summer? Who's that?
I actually have a promotion. I mean, I'm gonna meet 5 Seconds of Summer in like next week, I think it is. But I don't know what they look like.
I've heard of them before, but I think they're older people.
No, they're young. I think they're young.
Huh? Maybe it is them.
I know it's not One Direction. Why don't we sounds like a name? Let's go with 5 Seconds. There's 5 of them. That's them.
It's 5 of them.
I mean, maybe. Go ahead. Go with 5 seconds. Something.
It's actually why don't we?
That's not a real name.
That's like a sentence fragment for a question.
That's lazy as hell. Like that's
the band formed on YouTube in 2016.
I bet it was like a band that formed on YouTube. Hey, what y'all doing this weekend? Well, why don't we start a band?
Bill hates this game. Like he is so pissed.
I'm so
because it just makes you. It doesn't even make me feel stupid. You know how our parents would feel dumb not knowing the stuff that we know. This doesn't make me feel stupid. This just makes me feel like these kids are into anything. Like y'all don't have no preferences. Like all these
out here
are famous for YouTube and lip singing.
Getting a band together on YouTube. Can't nobody play no instrument.
They have weird names.
Sucking down Tide Pods.
Why
don't have real names. I just can't take it.
Last but not least, what does this mean? The symbol mean on Snapchat?
What? Snapchat? Wait a minute.
So does this mean you've been Snap BFFs for 2 weeks? Does this mean you're #1 Snap BFFs? Does this mean you have a Snap streak going, or does this mean you've been Snap BFFs for 2 months? You guys are on Snapchat.
Because like I have close friends on Snapchat, and we don't have these hearts.
I ain't never seen these hearts on Snapchat. Is it quiet?
I think it's a Snap streak.
No, I know what the streak got the flames. That much I know.
You have been Snap BFFs for 2 months.
I was about to say that.
Jesus in heaven.
One on there.
What does that mean, Dex?
I don't know. You know what this means? This means I got to get off Snapchat because they immature. I can't be involved with stuff like that.
I can't either, Dex. I got to go.
What is Snap BFF? How do you get to be still on Snap BFF?
Like if you keep talking,
Clearly, we don't know.
Like if you're having a conversation with a person, you can respond to their stories, they respond to yours, and you guys have like a direct message conversation for a decent amount of time. Like that stuff will start to happen, but I guess nobody be climbing to my Snap DM because I don't got none of that stuff.
Listen, they don't went and updated the thing again. I don't even know how to work this thing. They done went and re-updated the update. Like where are these buttons at? What is happening?
I still don't know how to use Snapchat. I've never had one.
I'll be deleting mine this weekend.
I went ahead and skipped that whole thing. I'm getting too old.
Speaking of things you should skip, it's time for Dex's BS report.
You need to skip out on anybody who asks you where you got your ring from. That's what you need to skip out on. But anyway, with that being said, there's a man who actually has said he's 61 years old. He was a homosexual all his life, and he decided, like, enough is enough. Like, this is not a lifestyle that I want to live anymore. So he tried to find different ways of stopping like living the lifestyle that he was living. He didn't want to tip and dip anymore. So what he decided to do was start
scoot boot.
He decided to use like herbal ingredients to just try to cleanse his body and make him stop doing these things that he didn't want to do. It wasn't working for him, so he decided to try a different measure that he found on a Reddit feed. And what Reddit suggested is that he drink a cup of semen, 2 cups of semen every day. The man is 1 year old now, and he is happy to admit that he is now cured of his homosexuality. No word on if the semen was his or someone else's. There's a 32-year-old college student.
Like a measured cup?
Yes. There's a 32-year-old college student.
Of semen.
I have to go. Like, I just have to go.
That's disgusting.
That is a lot of semen.
And how did you get that much?
Who produces a cup a day?
Was it a mix?
Well, when you have a mission, when you're on a mission, you might do just that.
How many crackheads?
That just wore me out. I've been worn out.
Not as much as he's wearing himself out.
What is this show? Like, what's been going on today?
What's happening? Lost complete control.
All right. There's a college student by the name of Lisa S. Palmer, who's enrolled in Hunter College, and she's actually suing the college. They served her with an eviction notice because they said you haven't been
this crazy ass lady.
I did too.
You haven't been a student enrolled here in quite some time. Like, you have to leave. She is now countersuing the college for $6,000, saying that she should not be forced to move out of her room. Like, she considers herself a college student because she has intentions on going back. They're just not allowing her to go back. So she's countersuing them for the $6,000, and she's also saying that they should pay some of her living expenses as well. Speaking of living, there is a story, very sad. Like, there was a guy who was a mortician, and sadly he passed away. When he passed away, his family decided to, clean out his things. What they found, though, was just a bit much. So the guy who was 35 years old when he passed away, and they found multiple jars of male penises. So apparently,
no.
putting up the male penises when they passed away, and then they decide to then he decided to put them all in jars. Apparently, it took them 10 days to make sure to clean out all 3,000 jars.
10 days.
Penises. So with that being said, it looks like and the penises were they were black, white, Asian, like a bunch of different ones. So one thing you can say is diversity is not dead.
They stuffed all them little Asian ones in one jar.
I didn't say that.
Well, Dex, could I add a little bit to that story that you did about the girl?
Yeah, go ahead.
They even moved her to one wing of the room with a bunch of other people they tried to evict.
Like, what y'all doing up there?
There's like a 66-year-old nurse that's also like living on a wing of that building, and they just moved her to that wing. Like,
all right, time for seats. That was a sad story, Dex.
Which one?
That last one, that messed me up. Because you don't know what someone could do with your body after you're gone. Like, you ain't got no control.
I don't care.
Yeah,
I did it. Why would I care?
Yeah, take it. Enjoy it. Whatever the hell you're doing with them.
And maybe if you keep certain parts of it, I can end up on Bro Talk Live 3.0.
It's gross.
So let me give this seat real quick, because I was perusing through the Twitter as I often do these days, from time to time. And Dex posted the story about Rick Ross. And some fool like responded to him like, I don't even remember the exact words, but something about Jesus and Rick Ross and dying. Let me tell you something. All these evangelicals out here acting crazy and saying it's all God. Can y'all stop putting Jesus in y'all mess? Like, y'all are wearing me out. Y'all are wearing the actual church people out, like the actual church. Y'all give all of us a bad name. You evangelicals who all gathered in church with AR-15s, like, y'all need to.
They had them little crowns. Them crowns was kind of slick though, but I didn't like them.
They was
all them rifles, but them crowns was kind of slick. Looked like they was about to
I need them to stop.
It's crazy.
That's just my seat. I can't have.
I have a quick seat. So last week, in January, I took a trip to Las Vegas with my friends for my birthday. Last week, I got a message, and this is not the first time.
Guys.
And last week, I got a message, and it's not the first time that I got a message like this too. But I got a message from someone who I work with, and he said, "Why weren't we invited to Vegas?" And I think it's a joke, whatever. And I'm laughing. I'm like, "Oh, it was fine. I had a good time. This, that, and the third." And
it wasn't one of us, right?
No,
it absolutely wasn't.
Ignored it or whatever.
No, we didn't.
Like, I have this thing where like I can't allow myself to explain myself to other people. Like, you don't know the logistics of the trip, who set it up, who was on there. Like, the only people who know are the people who were there, and that's all that really matters.
Oh.
So, like, and this is like, I took a trip to Miami last year too, or whatever, and I got the same kind of thing or whatever. Yeah. And then the person says to me, like, we were talking about it, and we just find it to be very shady that you would invite that group of friends and not your other group of friends. First off, I've never called these people friends. I'm very careful with the word friend. And my friends wouldn't be were there on the trip with me. Some of them couldn't go, but other ones, they were there on the trip with me. You guys in your group chat, I'm not friends with you because I'm not friends with bitches. And only bitches sit up and talk about somebody going on the trip in the group chat. That's it.
Those were shots to us.
No, they weren't, because we didn't get a rat's ass.
He said all his friends was on the trip. The rest of you hoes that wasn't there. Oh wow!
Like I said, what I said. Well, I mean, there were other people that weren't there. But I'm just saying, there's no beef with anybody, anything like that. Like, if you weren't there, you weren't there. But like,
if we wasn't there, I guess we wasn't friends. I guess. Like,
it's never a reason to text somebody and be like, "Why wasn't I?" Like, don't ever do that. Who are you? Like, get out of here.
Lesson learned.
I'd like to go on the record and say Dexter and I are just coworkers.
Effective immediately.
A year ago.
You see how people always like make something about them? That's a black people for you. They always want something to be about them. I'm venting about people texting my phone with foolishness. They want to make it about them.
You said some things to the people who may consider you friends and weren't on your trip.
Oh,
like your friend Jason over there.
Jason was getting ready to have a child. Like the week
I knew about the trip before Dex knew about the trip, though. That's the funny thing. And I was expecting to hear something about it, and then I just see it on Instagram. I was like, oh, forgot.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But it's cool. Whatever. I like that. I wouldn't be able to go anyway.
Exactly.
Okay, I mean, calm down. Getting all upset.
Because y'all want this to be about y'all so bad. And just know it's not. I'm not talking about these three. I'm talking about you specifically. You know who I'm talking to.
Oh, you know who you are.
You know who you are.
Nasty bitch.
You have a seat, Ty?
I do, but it's like this thing. I'm not sure if I say, but these people are doing something that I really don't approve of, and my getting married and the such. And I think that it's a bad idea. And so I'm seating them because it's going to be a hot fucking mess. And I don't think you should do it. Like, you can just date someone. You know what I'm saying? Like, if your relationship is a little bit messy, like, just, wait it out a little bit and see what happens. Like, don't do that.
Can I say it, Ty? You don't got to say it. I'll say it.
Don't do this.
I'll do it for you. So, Ty and I know two people.
One of these people
no, we're not going to say their names. They're considerably younger than us. One is a mother of like 13. And the other one doesn't smell all that hot.
William, oh my goodness, we're live. How rude.
Y'all should know how to pick them.
No, I didn't say we was friends. I said we know them. And I'll tell you when we get off air how we know them. And they were just separated, not together, broken up earlier this week, twice last week, about 4 times 2 weeks ago, not together at all last month. January 1st, they celebrated New Year's service together. Lo and behold, somebody popped up with a crusty head and a reused ring, and they engaged to be married.
Oh, my God.
And the Saints are going up. Let me tell you something. Somebody needs to tell these people to not do it.
Yeah, like
you don't need to do it.
Well, why don't you tell them?
But you're not getting.
Because I told the one individual that in a very discreet manner, a very polite manner on multiple occasions that they didn't smell so hot, and they denied it to me. Oh, okay. If you want to deny your own, you want to deny you smell like that, and you grown, how you finna take care of somebody else's children?
What you think it smell like?
I know what it smells like. It smells like crushed dreams and Subway. Like, that's what it smells like. Homelessness and crushed dreams.
And Philadelphia Subway.
Like an onion sub.
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
Yeah.
Like 3 basketball games of sweat.
My seat is going to go to Allen Iverson's mom. She said this about Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson was conceived without intercourse. That was 1 a.m. on September 22nd, 1974, at my grandmother's house in Hartford. I made up my mind that on my 15th birthday, I'd have my first sexual encounter with Alan Broughton. Blah, blah, blah. We've been going together since I was 12, but I told him I wasn't going to have sex with him till I was 15. I thought that was a decent time to wait. We had it all planned. At midnight of my birthday, when everyone was asleep, he tapped on the back door. I was in my PJs and robe. We went down to the basement and used an old mattress that was down there. He started grinding against me. He never put it in. And before you know it, then I heard the bathroom door upstairs. Grandma was awake. I got him out of the house quick. 8 weeks later, I took a physical for basketball, and they told me I was 8 weeks pregnant. I said to the doctor, "You're telling the story." They took the test again, and the doctor called my grandma and said, "Your daughter's going to have a baby, but she hasn't been penetrated." So that is the story of how Allen Iverson got conceived, according to Allen Iverson's mom.
You know what? Like, I just want to know, Jason, are you trying to take over the BS reports? Because if you want it, like, you can have it. You don't got it.
I just heard that story and I said, "Girl, how? Like, what do you mean? you doing so you guys went downstairs used an old mattress for what? Y'all just laid there and then
a lot of women who
got up.
A lot of women who, never mind.
You won't do it. Not tonight.
I was just gonna say,
Satan.
I was just gonna say, a lot of women who read lines with Bill Cosby don't remember being penetrated either, but it happened.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, tell a friend, and comment. Oh, we might not make it to next week. ProTalkLive.com. Hit us up on iTunes for the podcast version of the show. It's going to be severely edited down. Do you guys have anything else to say to the loving viewers who watched tonight?
Thank you guys for your support.
I would like to say the views expressed. No, I'm kidding.
No, I actually have to put that disclaimer out. The views expressed are not
by yourself. You the one who expressed the damn views.
But I did get a ballot number so y'all can vote for me in November.
For what?
For what?
I'll tell you off the air.
How you gonna tell us off the air, but you just announced it?
You tell people to vote. What they voting for?
They ain't gonna. They don't need to know till next week. Tune in next week and you'll find out what I'm voting.
Ooh, a teaser.
Okay, cliffhanger.